Kia ora and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla and this is Sew Knit Create and Repeat, which is my knitting podcast, vloggy channel here on YouTube, where I just talk about all the things that have been keeping me busy craft wise. Sometimes I do daily vlogs, sometimes I do how-to videos, but generally you'll just get a month by month breakdown of what I've been doing over the year. So let's get back into this. I always get a little bit rusty. It's a beautiful day here. Did I say where I'm coming from? If you can't tell from my accent, if you're new, I'm a Kiwi. So I am based on the east coast of the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yeah. And I can hear my cat going meow, meow. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, guys. I just thought all week I've been putting this off. I've had things to do. It's Friday afternoon. I literally just got home from work and I was just like, right, let's get the show on the road. I'm not even wearing my finished objects because I've actually worn them quite a few times since I've finished them, and today was not that day. So what I am wearing is my Radvent cardigan, which is a design by Ambah, which I'm sure a lot of you know, and I knitted it in the midwinter advent from Mama Wooling, and it was last year's, the 2024 midwinter advent. Yeah, so what have I got finished? Well, so people who watched my spring break, my spring break vlogs would have seen some of these things, but those of you who, let me just get you like that, that's a bit better. Those of you who didn't watch those wouldn't have seen them. So this was a new cast on and I love it. It looks very nice on. I think, I'll see if I can remember which episode it was on if you really want to see what it looks like on. It's called the Idris top or sweater. I'll put it on the screen. And I think the designer is Petra Breakstone, but I could be wrong, so I'll put that on the screen as well. All my patterns are out in my room and I just couldn't be bothered grabbing them. It is, let me tell you about it. What can I tell you about this? The yarn is a cotton silk blend. It's a DK weight. I purchased it from Amy at Yarn on Cone maybe the year before last, and I'd crocheted my first crocheted garment, which was a little tank top, and there was so much, I could actually knit something else with what's left on the cone. So I've got that, I've got this, yeah, lots left. Colour is just gorgeous. So it's in the round, top down. The pattern is mainly purling, but I really could not see why you couldn't just knit and then just reverse it and then inside out, but I don't mind purling. I'm a English thrower, so it's just all the same to me. I really enjoyed this. I found it really therapeutic, and I'd actually really like to make another one because I just really liked the way it felt on the needles. Larger needles, can't remember what size, but if you're interested in the pattern, you'll see those details on the project page anyway on Ravelry. This is not a free pattern. Now when I got it, it was free, but what I didn't know, and I've since been told, is that the designer often makes her patterns free for the first few days of release, and then they go up. So that's why I was telling everybody I got it for free, and then and then it wasn't. But I loved it. Really easy, clear instructions. I had no problems whatsoever. Really good. So that's the first finished one. You'll see me wearing it at some later date. The second one is this, which is my Celestia cardigan by Ambah O'Brien, which is also top-down construction. It's got these eyelet details, and then I decided to put some embroidery on the back, which I got from Embroidered Knits book, which I'll put the name of that in the description as well. I've used it before and mentioned it on here before, but I do love that. It really works well. In fact, let me see. Oh, sorry. I know I just whacked my microphone. I wore it for the first time on my birthday, of all times. It's great. Really nice. It's really well, it's cozy. It just sort of about level with my navel, so it's good for dresses. Me and my red. I used Skeins Southlander, and I can't remember the name of the colour. It's a DK weight. I actually purchased that wool from a second-hand shop, but I think they do make it still, so it'd be worth having a look for it. And then the buttons, so it's got buttons down the front. Are just ones that I picked up from a second-hand shop. That's the inside. Mess. Yeah. I do like. I think I've shown you enough. So there's those two things, and then I've got two more finished objects. This one here is one I don't even think you guys knew. Now, last year I did, probably about this time of the year, I did a video on patterns for summer knits, whether that's for gifts for yourself or whatever, because being in the southern hemisphere, Christmas is in the summer for us, so if you want to gift someone something, you don't really want to give them a pair of socks. And this was one of the ones that see if you can see the shape of that. And that is, it's sitting a bit funny at the moment, the little threads. It's just drop stitches. It's a necklace, and it's just made out of some cotton linen that I had spare left over, and I just wanted to see how it goes. I can't remember the designer of this either, so it was actually an ebook, so it did work out a bit expensive, but I really wanted to make it, and I figured I might make some of the other things in it as well, so I'll put the name of that on the screen as well. It does look quite smart. And then the last thing I finished was this. This little girl. I did actually make her a blanket too, but I think it's in my work basket. She has got a tail. Is that my neighbour's? Oh yeah, it is my neighbour's. So there you go. Miss Mousie. I made her a little dress. So the dress undoes at the back. But I just love her. I found her, I'd seen some little handmade ones in a shop, and I thought, oh, I love those, but I just don't want to buy someone else's ones. I want to make ones that I've made myself. So I went on to Etsy and I had a look, and I found a pattern designer on there. I think her name is Jane. Once again, I'll put it on the screen, and I've since purchased her rabbit pattern as well for the same size doll. So I'm going to make another mouse. I'm going to make a boy mouse, because you get, with the pattern, you get a female and a male outfit, and same with the rabbit pattern. So I just, so much fun making those. Hello. Yes. Okay. She's telling me, don't be silly, mummy. So she can just sit up there. Got my list. Oh, the other thing I made was a bunch of knitted hearts, which I don't have with me, and I didn't take any photos of them finished. I did 4. I did 2 in the same colour as the Celestia cardigan, and 2 yellowy gold ones, and they were for my nana, so that she could attach them to her walking frame in the rest home and easily identify which walking frame belongs to her, and the walking frame parking in the dining room. So I did that during the spring vlogs as well, so you might see them in there. I asked a couple of my girlfriends what pattern to use, because one of my friends, Kelly, got married a few months ago, and she had knitted hearts at her wedding. And lots of our knitty friends made her lots of hearts and sent them to her from all over the world, and she had them on her table. So yeah, so there was that. Yeah, I kept going, oh yeah. I just feel a little bit oh, it's Friday. Yay. Right, let's talk about what I've been working on. So up until, I'm going to say, last weekend, I've been, oh, there's a big spider web there. I want to know where it came from, because let me just put that blanket on there. Up until last weekend, these were what I was knitting on, and then I have one project that I have knitted obsessively on all week because I love it. So I'll show you these, and then we'll start with that. We'll go on to that one. So in no particular order, this one here is the Audrey and Unst vest by Gudrin Johnston. I've just got to try and find the picture for you. I'm burping away, it's probably coming up through my microphone. And I'd like to make that version there. So it uses 3.5mm needles. This is it here. All of these ones are all knitted on cones that I got from Amy at Yarn on Cone. So there's that one, and that is, what did we say it was? 54% wool, 25% silk, 14 nylon, and 7 angora milled in Japan, and it's a 3-ply, so that'll be fine. And this is as far as I've got, and I'm in the middle of a row. So obviously, sometimes if I just get too tired, I just put it down. So you can kind of see how that's working up. So it's pretty boring at the moment, it's just at that stage, but that's okay. It's going to be very nice. So I'll get back into that soon. And then the next one is the Leela top by Caidree. It's also on a cone. It's linen. I don't really want that to, I'm using the Haiku spin needles. They're a bamboo needle for a 3.5mm needle, I think. What am I using? I'm using Knit Pros for that other one. So I'm up to there. So I've done that much under the armpit. It's just got that pattern. Looks really nice. It's going to be a lovely top, lovely airy top to wear in the summer, so I do need to kind of crack on with that. What else have I been up to? Then we've got the Haiku top, which I started last year, and I'm just going to finish this year. Well, I might have started earlier on this year, I should say. And that is a lace yoke linen top. So I've just been plodding away at the body there. It's feeling nice. The lace is just going to look gorgeous. I think it's really going to look like you can really see there. I love it. And that's by Knitting for Breakfast. And then the other one that I've just cast on is the, what are they called? Breach of Promise Socks by Kelly Menzies. That's the cover. They're a lovely patterned. So I'm knitting them on my Addy Crazy Trios. That's my cardigan. Let's put this back on. It's weird, it's hot in the sun and cool in the breeze here at the moment today. You should see it out there. Everything looks fluorescent green. It's so bright. But I love it. Love this time of the year. Right, let's show you the goods. Hopefully you can see that pattern all right. So my contrast colour is the leftovers of the wool that I used in the Broken Wing shawl, which was wool gifted to me by my friend Sue, and it was dyed. It was a Lay Family yarn. Yeah, Lay Family Yarns yarn. This is the, and all I did was I just divided the leftovers. I weighed it and I divided them into 2 equal balls for that. So that will be that tip, the top of the rib, the heel and the toes. Should be right. And the main colour is this, which is a Sherry Iris colour, I think. I think I might have thrown, I'm not sure where the tag is, but that's another one that Sue gifted me as well. Very sweet, lovely, lovely Sue. Very, very kind lady. And I was bringing this to work and that's what I was working on until I started this next thing. Just whizzing through. Oh, I'll show you this other thing first. So a little while ago, it was probably when I saw this pattern that, and I sort of found quite a few patterns I liked. I saw that there was a lady who was designing handbags to be felted, and I really liked them, the way they looked, but on most of the patterns seem to either have not really had many people make them, or the comments were that there seemed to be a lot of errors in the patterns. So I thought maybe I should just have a go at making one myself. So then one day someone at work gifted me some more wool for the kids but they gifted me this plate of this big ball of unspun, black unspun wool, and it is wool. I've done a burn test. So I thought, well, that will probably knit up really well in a bulky way to felt. So I'm using Chalgu size, I think they're size 10 mils, 8 millimeters, size 11s. And what I did was I knitted a garter rectangle. I don't know if you can see that. Then I just picked up stitches along the edges, and I'm knitting in stockinette. And I'm going to start I'll put some markers in shortly at the 4 corners, and I'll do some decreases to shake the bag in a little bit, and then I think I'll just knit a flap and some straps, and I'll felt it, and we'll see what happens. I get something like that into my head, and then that's all I can think about for the rest of the day, even when I'm at work. And then as soon as I get home, I just cast it on. What am I like? Right, are you guys ready for this next beauty? Some of you may not think it's a beauty, but I just think it's great. Right, here we have the Pangolin by Anna Eng, E-N-G, I think. And I'm knitting it on some Chagus. Oh, look, my little face. I'm like the sun from the Teletubbies. Hello. Now, for those of you who don't like ends, ta-da! But don't have a paddock. Most of those are actually pretty much woven in, because I do this thing. I've always done it. I have a feeling it might be what that thing that Stephen West calls the weave and Stephen, but I was doing it before I even knew who he was. I just thought it was a good idea. And that's where when I start the first stitch after I've got some threads there, I just pull them backwards and forwards, in front and behind the new stitch, and it just weaves it in at the back. And so you just end up with something like that. And then once it's washed and all pulled out, I'll be able to trim them, but I don't want it so that I have a whole lot pulling out to the right side and then having to try and pull them all through. So it will look like that. The way you work it is that you're creating these arches, and each one you pick up stitches along those. I'm not giving any numbers away, so it's alright. And then working the arches, binding off, and then starting again. And you just do that round by round by round until it's ready to split for the sleeves. I have one more arch to do in this, and then that round's done. I think I'll do one more round, and then I'll get ready to split for the sleeves, but I will check first once I've got that one done. Now, so that's the pros of the pattern, is that this is gorgeous. This is what the finished one looks like. You have to excuse the state of this pattern. We did have a situation where I spilt coffee on it. That's her there. It's clearly a pattern that's been translated from, I think, either Norwegian or Finnish or Swedish or something like that. I can't remember. but some of the instructions are a little bit hazy because of that. So the whole separating the sleeves for and body, I've been going, what do they mean? And then I've just had to try and work it out myself, and then it made sense once I'd sort of nutted it out myself. The other thing is that the sizes, so there's technically 6 sizes from extra small through to double XL, but actually it's not, because there's only 2 sizes. The first size is extra small, small and medium, and the second one is large, extra large and XXL. Now I've gone for the smaller one because it was just going to be too big going up to the next one, but I'm worried about the size of the sleeves, so I might have to do some jiggery. That's why I'm thinking I might do that extra round, because for the size that I'm knitting, I should be stopping where I'm at now. So I'm just going to see how I go. The sizes of the arches do increase every now and then, so that does give it that shape. But I love it. It's the most addictive thing, and it's like a bulky weight. So I'm holding, generally I'm holding 2 strands of DK together most of the time, unless it's a thick wool anyway. So the collar is 2 strands of DK. This first proper round with these pastel-y turquoise and yellows, that was only my very second ever attempt at spinning, so it was quite a thick yarn, and so I'd never done anything with it. So that's in there, and it's so soft because it's merino. So yeah, most of these are just scrappy bits. Well, they are all scrappy bits, leftovers. I do like it when I see it in the viewfinder. This is giving me so much joy, and we're heading into a season where I won't even be able to look at it without breaking into a sweat. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, there you go. So that is the pangolin, because it looks like one of those pangolins, those little animals. And the designer is Anna Eng, which I will put on the screen just to make sure. And that's knitted on, I think they're 6mm needles, 6.5. So it's going beautiful, beautiful. So I'll just pop that back in there so that we don't wreck anything. And that's it. So I do have other knitting projects, but I just haven't really touched them, so it's no point talking about them. Yeah. Okay, so plans wise, well, I talked about the rabbits. I did purchase some fabric last month, or not last month, at the beginning of the month, from a new fabric shop in town, so I do want to make a skirt with that. And I have 2 other acquisitions which haven't arrived yet. I've purchased a couple of advent calendars. The first one is a sewing label one. So there's a lady or a business called Kylie and the Machine, and you guys would have seen some of her labels on my things before. And she has got an advent calendar, so I'm really excited about that. And then I kind of got sucked into another advent for mama wooling for this Christmas, so why not? And then on the 22nd of October, I'm going to be taking part in a knit along by a designer called Laura Nelkin, and it's called Into the Hoods. Now, I've never heard of her before, ever. And then our friend Emma, she sent me or mentioned something about it and tagged me or whatever on Instagram, and I was like, what is this? So I've decided to do it. I've picked my yarn, which I'll show you when I start it. And yeah, so basically she's designed 6 hoods. So there's 3 different types. So there's a hood on a dicky, and that option can either be a 1 colour or 2 colour. Then there's a hood on a scarf, which comes in 1 colour or 2 colours, and then there's the option as a balaclava in 1 or 2 colours, which makes 6 different options. Now I'm going to do the 2 colour hooded scarf because I think that would be something I would use, but at the end of the day, once I've got the pattern, I can go back and do the other ones anyway. But when I do this knit along, I'm going to do that. So if that looks like something that you might be keen to have a look at, check out her YouTube channel. I'll link the video where she talks about this, and maybe you'd like to join in with me. I think it'd be really cool. My nose, I've just got like this constant stream of snot running down the back of my throat because of sinus. Oh, hay fever. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuck. I was sitting here, all I want to do, hang on, I will blow my nose. Lucky I edited that out because it also made me fart. Yeah, so that's really about it. What else have we been up to? I didn't write any notes about anything else interesting. Not really. The garden is coming away so nicely, and I do need to take some time to make a video for my gardening channel, but I haven't quite got there yet. I've just, like any fine day, I'm just out there in the garden. Too bad about anything else. We finally got the top coat of shingle on our driveway today, so the base has been down for months and months and months, and he's been by a couple of times just as he's doing things to have a look, and we've had firewood on there and we've had all sorts of, and yeah, he turned up today. He must have seen that it was all clear and he did it, and it just looks amazing, so I'm really, really happy about that. What else? Not a lot, but I will be back in December for Vlogmas, because I do enjoy doing Vlogmas. Now when I do that, I usually run through to Christmas, and then you might get the odd vlog between Christmas and New Year, just because quite often we have family around, but we'll just see how we go. It's going to be another big family event this year. I've got my brother coming over from Australia, and with one of my nephews, and my sister and her partner and their dogs, but they won't be staying with us. They've got an Airbnb. My brother and his son will be camping with us. So we're going to have lots and lots of fun things happening over Christmas time, no doubt. And yeah, it'll be great. So anyway, now I'm going to review this footage. I'm going to chuck it up on YouTube, and then yeah, I'll catch you when I catch you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have enjoyed seeing you all. Well, I haven't really, because I haven't, but you know, once you guys watch this and you start talking to me in the comments, then I'll feel like I've seen you, so that's the main thing. So love to you all, and I will catch you very soon. And yeah, just behave yourselves, okay? Don't be naughty.